In a protected nature forest, the two deer that fought each other had their horns wrapped in wire. A deer is constantly struggling. Test the zone from the binding of the wire. The other deer is too tight. I couldn't move. Look at her eyes that don't want to live. I know how helpless it is right now. This deer has been struggling for a long time. I also know I can't get out. Then start quietly waiting for fate to come. My uncle is in the neighborhood now. I found two deer wrapped up. Should bring pliers to save them. The deer struggled to see the uncle with the pliers coming. I thought I wanted to hunt him, and I started fighting like crazy. The uncle stomped his feet trying to quiet the deer. The deer struggled harder. He looked at his suffering. So he's holding out the pliers, cutting the wire on his head first. It's because this makes the deer more terrified. When it was quiet, he quickly cut a piece of zinc. When he saw that it didn't react, he kept cutting the wire. Suddenly it jumps up. Uncle backed behind the looser wire. The deer thought it could wave out of the wire. Non-stop pulling. The deer still despises the wire. The deer next door admires it. You can jump back and forth. And I don't move, poor thing. I found it a little quiet, and my uncle came closer. Your uncle's pliers just came near. The deer began to get angry again. You can only step back. He was worried that the struggling deer would get hurt. The deer is still struggling, and it's getting hotter, frantically spinning around a little bit strangled by the zinc thread. My uncle understands too. This deer is probably afraid of the pliers in your hand. So he brought a shirt to try and cover its head. It doesn't see the pliers. It's easier to cut. But because the deer is afraid and angry, it refuses to cooperate. I can only be on one side worried. He tried 7 times. Look at the deer that has fallen next to you. My uncle came close again. He cut steel from the tree's branches on the deer's head. This time it's not hot. He quickly cut the steel. There's only one steel strand around it. The deer didn't even know it could go. There's a fool standing there compared to steel. You can only give it power. Very quickly it was free from the bonds of steel. Run quickly into the forest. Now there's only this little deer left. The deer is too tightly wrapped in steel. It took a lot of effort to cut it. The deer is free. Thank you for watching. You can like it if you like.